Welcome, Dave. Always nice to have you. All right, we've talked about this before. The homelessness explosion, it's gotten worse. Why? What is going on in California?
Well, most homeless are concentrated in states that have one of three or all three things, usually an urban center, nice climate during the winter, and liberal policies. And New York, which is the second highest in the country, has two out of the three. But California, sunny California, has all three. But the major reason is something that a lot of people are not talking about right now, and that is referring to the homeless industrial complex, which perpetuates homelessness. Now, see, the way it works is this. There are organizations that are set up. The feds give money to the state, the cities, the counties, nonprofits such as Goodwill, for example. And once they get it, they have to use it within an allotted period of time. And if they don't, they lose it. So they pick a project that will cost exactly the money that they have. And, who cares if it's going to be effective? It's actually going to impact anybody. They're going to look good in the news doing it. And the feds are happy that they're spending the money. Everybody feels good. And, oh, by the way, the executives at Goodwill, Christina, are making between $300,000 and $500,000 a year. And what is the results? Nothing but increased homelessness.
Well, you talk about money here, too. What about the money that they're using to give free health care to illegal immigrants that just was announced? I mean, isn't there a better use for that money, like to combat homelessness, the diseases?
Yeah, it's backwards. It's insane. But, listen, they're trying to do both. For example, the mayor of Sacramento, he's going to spend $23 million this year to convert a hotel into 180 units for homeless people. It's a housing project downtown in Sacramento that equates to about $180,000 per unit. Not only that, but he's literally throwing the residents at this hotel now out on the streets to create more homelessness. It beggars the mind. Listen, if you gave that land to any home builder, I know that they can build a modern, very safe unit for approximately $125 to $175 a square foot. That equates on a 500 square foot unit. That equates to about $60,000 to $70,000 per unit, and the unit can be smaller also. So the game here is money, money, money. They got to take that money, the homeless industrial complex, and they got to spend it.
Okay, now we heard in JD's story, he mentioned policies. You mentioned policies a little bit earlier. How have the Californian policies made this problem worse? What will it take to solve the issue?
Where do I start? Yeah, it's incredible. Where do I start? First of all, let me just say the most obvious thing of all. If you're an addict and you're getting off of opioids and you're trying to rid yourself of your drug addiction, they may be using another alternative drug called Suboxone. It's a treatment of opioid dependence, and many shelters won't take them if they consider Suboxone a drug. But here's what's more insane. Over the past 7-8 years, voters have approved, and Gavin Newsom is now signing everything with his veto-proof majority. They've approved Prop 47. That downgrades drug and property crimes so that most criminals are now caught and released immediately. Prop 57, nonviolent felony crimes eligible for parole. In 2016, that meant 25,000 state felons were released. AB 109. It allows and basically thousands of drug addicted and mental illness back into the society and onto the streets. Many went to the parks and the streets. AB 953, racial and identity issues that basically create a need for cops when they arrest somebody to write 4 pages of reports to make sure that they have identified them for racial and ethnicity, which is only going to come back and make the police look like they're racist. That's what the activists want. So guess what they don't do? They don't arrest them. They don't want to do these reports. It is absolutely insane that the politicians are doing what they're doing. It goes against everything as far as common sense goes.
Wow, very interesting. Thank you so much, Dave. Always so nice to have you on the show. Okay, well, Antifa and